There's a moment, usually late at night after the kids are asleep, after the day's responsibilities have faded, that a man sits alone with his thoughts. Maybe it's on the porch, maybe it's in the garage, maybe it's just lying in bed staring at the ceiling. And in that quiet, one question echoes louder than any other. Is this it? Is this really how it's supposed to be from here on out? You know what I'm talking about. That spark, that fire, that sense of readiness, of confidence. When you look in the mirror and know, without a shadow of a doubt, that your body is still on your side. But now there's hesitation, a delay, a quiet worry that things aren't what they used to be. And let me be perfectly clear, that feeling, it's not in your head, it's not weakness, it's not failure, it's biology, and more importantly, it's fixable. I'm Dr. Luca Moretti, and for the past 17 years, I've sat across from men just like you, men in their 50s, 60s, 70s, men who've built careers, raised families, lived full lives. And in my office, behind closed doors, they ask me the same question. Doc, what happened to me? Most of them expect me to hand them a prescription, a little blue pill, a quick fix, something to mask the symptoms. But I don't do that, not because I don't care, because I care too much. Instead, I tell them the truth. Your vitality isn't gone, it's buried. And today, I'm going to show you how to dig it back up using 3 simple, science-backed habits that 9 out of 10 men completely ignore. And I promise you this, by the time we reach the 3rd habit, something inside you is going to shift. Not because I'm asking you to run marathons or overhaul your entire life, but because what I'm about to reveal works with your body, not against it. So take a breath, lean in, and let's begin. Imagine your body as a vast, intricate city, not made of steel and glass, but of blood vessels, nerves, and hormones. At the heart of this city, literally, is a network of pathways so delicate, so essential, that the entire system depends on their health. I'm talking about your circulatory system. Now, most men think of circulation as just blood flow, but it's so much more than that. Think of your arteries, not as rigid pipes, but as living, breathing hoses, flexible, responsive, lined with a thin, miraculous layer called the endothelium. This layer is the gatekeeper of blood flow. When it's smooth and elastic, blood surges through like a river in spring. When it's damaged, inflamed, or stiff, the flow slows, the pressure builds, the system struggles. And here's the hard truth. Male vitality, your ability to perform, to respond, to feel confident in your own skin, depends 100% on this flow. It's not about size. It's not about stamina alone. It's about delivery. The right amount of blood at the right time to the right place. And when that delivery system starts to falter, the effects are immediate. You feel it in the delay, in the inconsistency, in the quiet erosion of confidence that no amount of bravado can cover up. Now, conventional medicine will tell you this is just aging, that after 50, this decline is inevitable. But I'm here to tell you that's a myth, a dangerous, outdated myth. Because while it's true that circulation naturally slows with age, the rate of that decline, that's up to you, and the difference between a man who fades and a man who thrives. It comes down to 3 daily habits, 3 simple, non-negotiable practices that protect, restore, and revitalize the very foundation of male potency. Let's talk about the first one. It's something you've probably been told 1,000 times. Go for a walk. Sounds boring, right? Harmless, something your wife nags you about. But what if I told you that the way you walk, when you walk, could be the single most powerful thing you do for your vascular health? I call it the strategic walk. Now, most men think exercise means a long walk in the morning or a jog around the block. And yes, that's good, but it's not the most effective. Not for this. The real magic happens after you eat. Every time you sit down to a meal, especially one with carbohydrates, your blood sugar spikes. That's normal. But repeated spikes, day after day, act like tiny sandstorms inside your arteries. They scrape the delicate endothelial lining, causing microdamage. Inflammation follows. The walls stiffen. The flow slows. This isn't theory. It's measurable. It's happening inside you right now, whether you feel it or not. But here's the breakthrough. A short 10 to 15-minute walk immediately after your main meals, lunch and dinner, can reduce that blood sugar spike by up to 40%. A landmark study published in the journal Diabetes Care found that these post-meal walks were more effective at regulating blood glucose than a single 45-minute walk earlier in the day. Think about that. A quarter of an hour right after eating does more for your vascular health than almost any other form of exercise. Why? Because as you walk, your muscles act like sponges, soaking up that excess sugar before it can damage your arteries. You're not just burning calories. You're polishing the inside of your blood vessels, smoothing the rough edges, keeping the flow strong. And the best part? You don't need a gym. You don't need special shoes. Just step outside, walk around the block, pace the hallway. Let your body do what it was designed to do. I had a patient, Marco, 62, retired engineer, who came to me 3 years ago. He said, "Doc, I feel like I'm losing myself." He'd tried everything, supplements, medications, even therapy. Nothing helped. I told him, "Start walking after dinner, just 10 minutes. Every night." 6 weeks later, he walked into my office with tears in his eyes. Not because of a miracle, but because he felt it. The difference. The return of that quiet confidence, the knowing that his body was still listening. That's the power of the strategic walk. Now let's move to the second habit, one so simple, so overlooked that most men laugh when I bring it up. It's this. Drink water. Not soda, not coffee, not sports drinks. Water. I know. It sounds like something your mother would say. Luca, drink more water. But here's the reality. Dehydration is one of the silent killers of male vitality. And it's not just about thirst. It's about viscosity, the thickness of your blood. Think of your circulatory system again, those flexible hoses. Now imagine trying to push thick syrup through them instead of clear water. What happens? The pump, the heart, has to work harder. The flow slows. The delivery is delayed. That's exactly what happens when you're dehydrated. Your blood becomes thicker, more sluggish. And when it comes time for that critical moment, when your body needs rapid, forceful blood flow, your system is already behind. Hemodynamic studies have shown that even mild dehydration, just 2% loss of body water, can reduce blood flow to key areas by up to 30%. That's not a small number. That's the difference between a strong, confident response and nothing. And here's what most men don't realize. You can be dehydrated and not feel thirsty. By the time you feel dry mouth, the damage is already done. So what's the strategy? It's not about chugging a gallon in one sitting. It's about consistent hydration throughout the day. Start with a full glass of water the moment you wake up. Your body has been fasting for 7 to 8 hours. It's dehydrated. Give it what it needs. Then sip steadily through the morning and afternoon. Avoid large amounts at night so you're not up every hour. And yes, coffee and tea count, but they're diuretics. They push water out. So for every cup of coffee, add an extra glass of water. I had another patient, Giorgio, 68, a former firefighter, who came in complaining of fatigue, low energy, and what he called the slow fade. He wasn't sleeping poorly. He wasn't depressed. But something was off. I asked him, "How much water do you drink?" He said, "Maybe 1 glass a day. I don't like it." I told him, "Double it. Start tomorrow." 3 weeks later, he called me. "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like I've been plugged back in." He wasn't exaggerating. Proper hydration improved his circulation, reduced the strain on his heart, and restored the fluidity of his blood. Simple? Yes. Powerful? Absolutely. This is what I call strategic hydration. Not just drinking water, but using it as a tool to keep your internal system running like a well-oiled machine. Now we come to the third habit, and this one works while you're doing absolutely nothing. It happens in the dark, in the quiet, while you're asleep. I call it nighttime repair. And if you think sleep is just about rest, I need you to listen very carefully. Your body isn't passive when you sleep. It's not shutting down. It's ramping up. During deep sleep, especially in the first few hours, your body enters what I call the repair shift. This is when testosterone production peaks, when growth hormone surges, when your cells regenerate, when your arteries heal, when your brain clears out toxins. It's not downtime, it's prime time. And here's the shocking truth. Just 1 week of poor sleep can drop your testosterone levels by 10 to 15%. A study from the University of Chicago took healthy young men and restricted their sleep to 5 hours a night. After 7 days, their testosterone levels had plummeted, equivalent to aging 10 to 15 years, in just 1 week. Now imagine what happens to a man in his 60s who's been sleeping poorly for years. But it gets worse. Poor sleep doesn't just lower good hormones. It raises the bad ones. Cortisol, the stress hormone, spikes when you're sleep deprived, and cortisol is a direct enemy of vitality. It constricts blood vessels. It suppresses testosterone. It keeps your body in survival mode, not thriving mode. So bad sleep hits you twice. Less of what you need, more of what you don't. And yet, how many men sacrifice sleep for TV, for late-night emails, for scrolling on their phones? I get it. Life is busy. But here's the truth. If you're not sleeping well, you're not healing. And if you're not healing, you're declining. So what's the solution? It's not just about how much you sleep. It's about how well. Create a sleep sanctuary. Dark room, cool temperature, no screens for at least an hour before bed, no caffeine after 2 p.m., and most importantly, consistency. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. If you snore, if you wake up gasping, if you're tired all day, talk to your doctor. Sleep apnea is not normal snoring. It's a serious condition that strangles your oxygen and destroys your vitality. Treating a sleep disorder isn't a luxury. It's a medical necessity. I had a patient, Antonio, 71, who came in using a CPAP machine for sleep apnea. He'd been on it for 6 months. When I asked how he felt, he smiled and said, "Luca, I didn't know I was half dead until I started breathing again." His energy returned, his mood lifted, and yes, his confidence in the bedroom came back stronger than ever. That's the power of nighttime repair. Now, let's tie it all together. These 3 habits, the strategic walk, strategic hydration, and nighttime repair, are not random tips. They're not gimmicks. They're a system, a tripod that supports the entire structure of male vitality. The strategic walk protects your arteries, keeping them flexible, smooth, and open. Strategic hydration optimizes your blood, keeping it thin, fast, and ready to flow. Nighttime repair fuels your hormones, ensuring your body produces what it needs to thrive. Miss one leg, and the whole thing wobbles. And the best part? These habits don't just improve vitality, they improve everything. Your energy, your focus, your heart health, your longevity. Because male potency isn't an isolated issue. It's a barometer, a signal of your overall health. And when you fix the root cause, vascular and hormonal health, you don't just restore performance, you restore life. Now, I need to be very clear. This is not medical advice to replace your doctor. If you're over 50, you must get regular checkups, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, testosterone levels. These aren't optional. They're essential. Why? Because issues with vitality can be early warning signs of heart disease, diabetes, or hormonal imbalances. Ignoring them isn't toughing it out, it's dangerous. And while I believe in natural, sustainable solutions, I also believe in science, in testing, in data, in knowing what's happening inside your body. So, talk to your doctor, get the labs, understand your numbers, but also understand this. You are not powerless. You are not destined to fade. The body is designed to heal when given the right conditions. And that's what these 3 habits do. They create those conditions. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Doc, I've tried all this. I walk, I drink water, I sleep, but I still don't feel like myself. And to you I say, I hear you. I see you. Because sometimes the root cause runs deeper. Years of neglect, chronic inflammation, hormonal imbalances that won't correct on their own. And for those men, I want to share something that's been transformative in my practice, something I've been recommending to patients for the past 2 years. It's a 60-second daily ritual, simple, natural, and backed by emerging research. It's designed to support endothelial health, improve nitric oxide production, and gently stimulate natural testosterone synthesis. No pills, no injections, no side effects. Just a sequence of movements and breath work, done in the privacy of your home, that works with your body's innate intelligence. And the results? Men report stronger, more reliable responses. Increased energy, better mood. A return of that quiet confidence that comes from knowing your body is working with you again. Now, I'll be honest, this isn't something Big Pharma talks about. Why? Because it doesn't make them money. Natural, sustainable solutions rarely do, but it works, and I've seen it change lives. If you're tired of temporary fixes, if you're ready to address the real cause, if you want to feel like yourself again, I've prepared a short, free video presentation that explains exactly how this ritual works. The link is in the description below. Watch it, share it with a friend. Because this isn't just about performance, it's about dignity, about vitality, about living the second half of your life with strength, confidence, and joy. Before I go, I wanted to hear from you. Which of these 3 habits surprised you the most? Was it the power of the post-meal walk, the impact of simple water, or the life-changing role of deep sleep? Drop a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from. Rome, Toronto, Sydney, Cape Town. I read every single one. And if this video helped you, do me a favor. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell because we're just getting started. Next week, I'll be revealing the 5 foods that supercharge circulation, foods you can find in any grocery store. And please, share this with someone you care about, a brother, a friend, your dad. So many men suffer in silence believing this decline is inevitable. But it's not. And sometimes, all it takes is one conversation to change everything. Until next time, I'm Dr. Luca Moretti. Remember, your health isn't just a number on a scale or a test result. It's your life. Protect it. Nurture it. Live it fully. Take care. Take